Friday, January 17th, Done with Adulting. We're hosting a party at Silver Tone Bar and Grill in Boston. Starts at 8 p.m. It's going to go to 1 to 2 a.m. Make sure you check it out. You have to reserve your ticket. It's a free ticket. You have to reserve it. The link is in our bio. Make sure you guys go get your tickets Friday the 17th.
We are less than 1 week away at this point. You can get your tickets at donewithadulting.eventbrite.com, or you can go to our Instagram at donewithadultingpod. The link is in the Insta. See you on Friday.
We're super lit. I dropped the beat.
Okay, all right. Let's drop the beat. What's up?
Don't start the pod like that. What is wrong with you?
Welcome back to Done with Adulting podcast. We are here.
DWA.
With Jared.
With Asia.
Oh my God. I think I'm entering a state of delirium.
Yeah, you might be.
It's all this no snooze 2020 bullshit I've been on all week.
Hey, that was your decision. How's it been though? Waking up on the first alarm.
Honestly, so I was going to give an update on my Instagram story like on Thursday or Friday, but then I was like, nah, like I'll just finish this week out and then really evaluate how I'm feeling. And I feel pretty tired. However, I didn't press snooze like any day this week, except on Thursday. I pressed off, but then I fell back to sleep by accident. And then Terrence's alarm woke me up. So I don't know if that's cheating, but...
Yeah, you're supposed to get up the first alarm.
I fell asleep. I literally was up. I literally thought I was awake. And then all of a sudden I was asleep again. It was crazy.
Yeah, so you basically failed the first week.
Basically.
I mean...
But that's not a fail. I did 4 out of 5 days.
You're supposed to do 30 out of 30 days.
I know, but I just feel like I can bounce back from this failure if with a little encouragement from my buddy. You're supposed to be telling me that I can get back on track.
I mean, I know I'm supposed to be, but I'm gonna make you feel better because I failed too. I had a donut. I had like 2 donuts this week. So.
I knew you would say.
Had a donut today. Had maybe one today. So hey, it wasn't meant to be.
You fucking love donuts, yo.
I love donuts. I love sweets. I'm sorry.
Do you like Krispy Kreme?
Yeah, but there's none up here. Oh, actually,
there's none.
Well, there's one in Connecticut in the casino, but it's far.
When I lived in Alexandria, Virginia, there was one literally down the street, and on weekends I would drive over there at like 1 a.m. when the hot light was on. Forget it.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme donuts, those are amazing.
You can eat a half a dozen. Those things taste like
straight sugar,
melting cake in your mouth.
So when I was always in Georgia, when my grandma was down there, and my family was down there, I would always go down there in the summer and just Krispy Kreme. It's like Dunkin' Donuts up here, but better.
Yeah, better. There's so many down south.
But yeah, so we both failed. Hopefully, any of the listeners, if you tried to break any of your bad habits, hopefully you're still sticking strong. But not us.
Not us. And don't get me started about the coffee thing because you don't want to know.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow you can't have one. Saturday and Sunday you can't have one.
Oh, good, because I thought I said Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which I think
you did. You did say Friday, but we'll let you pass on that.
Yeah, because I already had one today. It was a rough day.
So are you going to get ready for your headache tomorrow on Sunday? How are you going to prepare for that?
That sucks because I have a long day tomorrow and I'm really going to want one in the morning. I don't know. I'm going to have to drink a lot of water, stay hydrated. It's going to be like 60 degrees.
Oh, yeah, it's lit. Actually, I heard 68. Lit. I was like, wait, it's going to be close to 70 in the middle of January? Like, I hate New England, yo.
I'm going to be at good old Stonehill College.
Oh, is it, what are you doing there? Basketball
alumni. I was just about to say if anyone's at Stonehill on Saturday, but by the time you hear this, it'll be over, so.
You'll be long gone. Well, make sure when you're there, you plug the party.
Oh, yeah, plug the party, plug the pod. Always. Anyways, so all week you've been eating donuts. Oh,
I haven't been eating donuts all weekend.
Okay, sorry. Relax. 2 donuts. We need an update on Kneegate 2020.
I like that Kneegate 2020. So I actually went to the orthopedic today. It's still a little bit of pain, but he said just keep icing it. He doesn't wear it.
But are you walking with without crutches
Yeah.
and without a brace.
I'm without the brace. I'm without the crutches. It feels better. The swelling's down. It's a little pain here and there, but I went and worked out regardless against the doctor's
Oh
orders.
my God.
But it'll get back to normal sometime soon.
So you're not helpless anymore.
I was never helpless, even with crutches and a brace.
I beg to differ.
Even with crutches and a brace, I'm never helpless. But speaking of helpless, what are you talking about today? Let the people know.
Today we are talking about insecurities.
Let's just get into it because I feel like I have a strong opinion on them.
Oh boy.
I feel like there's people out there who try to make others feel bad because they're insecure or have insecurities. But that doesn't make sense to me because everybody in the world has insecurities.
What do you mean? They make you feel guilty for being insecure?
Yeah, so people might be like, "Oh, you're insecure." Like, and they try to use that as like, they try to like not downplay. They try to talk down to you and make you feel bad that you have insecurities. But if somebody goes to me and says you're insecure, I'm just like, okay, duh, you're insecure too. Everybody has insecurities. So I don't understand how
they're saying that to people who are using their insecurity. Like, I mean, their insecurity is fueling their
behavior.
Yeah,
but that happens to everybody. You move a certain way because of your insecurities. Okay, let's use an example. So Kevin Durant and Kendrick Perkins, you saw that whole thing, right? On Twitter. They're going back and forth.
Can you please go into detail for those who do not know what happened on Twitter?
So Kevin Durant and Kendrick Perkins, they're both basketball players. They used to play on the same team. One guy said something about the other guy, so they started arguing on Twitter. So obviously what people do on Twitter, they take sides. And a lot of people don't like Kevin Durant because he left the team and went to a better team and then beat LeBron a bunch of years. So people are upset about that.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
Pretty much LeBron stans are the only ones really upset. But regardless, I digress.
I don't think so because I'm not a LeBron fan, but I was upset about that.
Yeah, because you're a Celtics fan and you guys are getting your butts handed to you as well.
No, because he's a sellout. But continue.
Yeah, that's a different story for a different day. But anyway, so every time somebody talks bad about Kevin Durant, he hops on social media and sticks up for himself.
He's super dramatic too.
Yeah, so some people think that's insecure or that's an insecurity of his. And I don't see what's the issue with that. If somebody's talking about you nonstop and you think that it's not true and you're one of the best athletes, players in the world, you're not going to sit there and stand up for yourself?
No, because it's just social media trolls.
But he should be insecure in regards to this because he spent his whole life trying to perfect this craft. So there are some insecurities in regards to that.
Yeah, but he's not the only celebrity who is getting trolled on all platforms.
No, that's true. Media. That's facts.
Some of them respond back on social media and some of them don't. So he doesn't have to do all that dramatic stuff.
He doesn't, but he wants to, and he has the right to do that. People handle different situations differently, obviously. Just like people handle their insecurities differently. So some people might try to hide them, which that's another topic. Like we can get into that. People trying to like hide their insecurities or I don't know. If
you're being like judged or someone saying that you're not as good as you know you are, which is what Kevin Durant is happening to Kevin Durant in a short version. If you are secure in yourself, in your ability, be like, to me, if I'm secure in myself about something, no matter what someone says to me about it, I'm like, shh.
Yeah, but that's on a smaller scale than what he's seeing. You're seeing this, you might see this like one or two. He's seeing this on like thousands, like 1,000 times over.
Okay.
No matter how secure in yourself you are, that's still going to get to you and bite away at you in some way or form.
Yes, it is. And some people don't know how to, like, he obviously doesn't know how to balance that. He doesn't know how to ignore
some
internet
people handle
trolls.
it better than others.
All he has to do, you're the king of saying this, turn off your phone.
Hey, but it's different with Kevin Durant because he turns off his phone and then he's on the TV. Like they've been talking about it on the TV forever. So then he's got to turn off. He's got to adjust his whole life for it. It's not like you and me.
Kevin Durant's on the TV. The poor guy, he has to adjust his whole life. Turn off the television. Turn off your phone.
How are you going to say that now? Before when I said that last time, you didn't agree with it.
Because you were talking
Look
about.
at you.
You were talking about We were talking about children being bullied online, helpless
Helpless children,
children
no. We're talking
who
about
don't know
teenagers and
what's
college
going
kids.
on. And
We're talking about high school and college kids.
they're still children. Their minds are not fully developed. They don't always know about the decisions that they're making. They're just kids. So they go online and yeah, common sense would be like, turn your computer off. But these are kids. They have nothing else to do. They can't like drive around and like go pick up their friends. They're children. You're talking about Kevin Durant. He could literally have anything he wants.
You're just saying that just because he has money. Like,
That's
that's
what
the
I'm
issue.
saying. Like, and you're telling
because
me
like money doesn't make everything better.
because I'm not saying it
money,
makes
money,
it better.
money doesn't take away from your insecurities.
I'm not saying it makes it better, but you're like, oh my God, poor Kevin. He can't get away from all the noise.
I
There's
didn't
too many
say- I'm
people
not
around
saying-
him.
I'm
This
not
is what
saying
you're
that.
saying. You're like, oh, if he just turns off his phone, what about he has to hear it on TV? Like, I don't care, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, what I'm saying is
You-
that he's on a different level than us normal folks. Like us normal folks, we're seeing this stuff on a small, infinitesimal level. This guy's
He
seeing
didn't
it
wanna
on
see
a
it.
massive level.
If he didn't want to
1,000 times
see it,
over.
he doesn't have to see it. He's looking at it because he's insecure about it, obviously. I'm not saying he can't be insecure about it. He can be insecure about whatever he wants, but I don't feel bad for Kevin Durant. This is now a Kevin Durant conversation and not an
Yeah,
insecurity
we just went on a tangent. But we're just gonna agree to disagree. How about that?
We sure are going to agree to disagree.
Okay, so back to the insecurities.
Yeah.
So if somebody's, I don't want to say somebody's picking on you, but if somebody's picking at your insecurities over and over again, how would you personally handle that?
I would probably
And that's the issue because
excommunicate.
people know.
I would excommunicate myself. Like, I just wouldn't fuck with that person. Like, what? You have nothing nice to say to me every time I see you, so be gone. That's how I would handle it. But, you know, that's like an Aquarius thing.
Oh, here we go with the whole sign thing again.
It's true. Cut you off and keep it moving. What about you? What do you do if someone's picking at your insecurities every single day of your life?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm secure in myself. So, like, I had this conversation with a coworker a while ago. It's like, obviously, there's certain things that people can say to each individual that would get under their skin or have them react a certain way. But to me personally, I don't think there's much that somebody really could say to me that would get me going. It's not, I mean, I'm secure in myself in certain ways. And then it's just like, I know that, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, it's not going to affect me. Like, that's your opinion. Okay. If you don't.
I think there are things. I think that.
With me or,
Okay, but
or
like-
in general?
Well, so there's obviously different categories we could talk about this in relation to. So like think about like in your relation, like your actual personal relationship you're with your wife. Like there are things that I feel like when you're in relationships, the other person because the other person knows you so well and knows your insecurities, even if you think like right now you can't even think of any.
Oh no, the people
like-
closest to you will be able to say something or do something that will hurt you the most.
Yeah. Like they just say the one thing that you know, like the one thing about you, like, oh, I know you're not going to do this or I know you're going to do that. And you're like, it just like brings you from 0 to 100 in like 2.5 seconds.
Not me. Like, I don't care. I don't get mad. I'm not going to get mad at that. I'm just going to be like,
What?
I'm just
is
gonna be
wrong
like,
with you?
oh, word. That's you went to that. Now I look at you differently. Now that I know that you like tried to intentionally go out of your way to make me react or make me mad, I'm not going to react. I'm not going to get mad because I know that's what you want. It's just going to make you even more mad.
How could you think through all that in the moment? Like,
just
how
happened.
do you go
It just
from
happened.
there to
It
there?
just I don't know. I guess like growing up, I used to be that way. And then I look back on it and I'm like embarrassed by it. So now I'll just put my energy towards different things, if that makes sense.
But I could like never do that to somebody else. I don't know. And maybe I have.
What, like go, like give them like a low blow and like pick at something that you know you shouldn't say or do?
Yeah, I'm sure I've done it before. I'm not going to say I've never done it because someone will probably listen to this and tell me something I said to them. But I don't remember if I did do it. Maybe when I was younger. But like, I don't know. I just don't feel like I need to be calling people out. Like,
All right, well, here's a question for you. So do you think like growing up when you were younger, you had more insecurities than you do now? And do you think that as you get older, you learn how to handle those insecurities or not let them affect you? Or do you think that once you have them, they're stuck with you
I think that the insecurities I had when I was younger are different than the ones I had now. Like when I was younger, you're like worried about like what you look like and what other people think about you and like
So you still don't you still don't have some insecurities in regards to your looks?
I mean like very like small ones, but not like as I get older and like more in touch with my own self, like not they're not like as big as my insecurities about like being able to do fucking adulting things, like not being able to buy a home or like not being able to or not being in the place that you want to be with your career, like those insecurities for me as an adult are bigger than
Oh yeah, your
like
looks.
what
Yeah.
I look like. I know that's not the same for everybody. Like I do know some people who like still have that insecurity. But you know, I don't know. To me, I just feel like that's not like I feel good about myself right now. Like I feel pretty confident in that regard. It's just all the other shit.
So you do think that you're able to work, like people or individuals are able to work through those insecurities and get over them eventually?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, it just takes work on yourself. And as you go into different seasons of your life, you have like ebbs and flows with insecurities. Like they go, you know, things go really well. Things that when they're going really well, you might have less. And then when shit's kind of hitting the fan, they're more top of mind,
Yeah, that's
you know?
true. So how deep do we want to get into this? Are we going to share some insecurities with people, or
You're claiming you have none. So
I'm not saying I don't have any. I have
since you're
insecurities.
deciding to be Iron Man today, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I didn't say, or I didn't mean that I don't have any insecurities. I'm just saying that if somebody says something to me, I'm not going to let it affect me negatively. I still can have insecurities.
But I'm just wondering if you're
It's just me personally who has the, like, me personally in my own mind. I know what my insecurities are, but I'm not going to let other people see that. Does that make more sense? Did I better explain it or no?
yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Because I feel like there's some people out there who actually take pride, not take pride, but they actually enjoy like showing their insecurities to other.
Like who?
I mean, I don't know people, I don't know, but I've seen it
I don't know what you mean by that.
like they feel bad for themselves and they let that out and let that known so they can have sympathy. So they can get the attention that they want or that they need.
Hmm.
Like I've seen people like tweet or like text like negative stuff that they don't need to just to get attention and just to have people say, "Oh no, you shouldn't feel like this way. Oh no, you should do blah 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 blah."
Well, maybe they're looking for some help.
I mean, possibly, but the way that I don't know, the way they did it just came off as like more of attention seeking rather than them actually wanting help.
Hmm.
There's people out there that do that.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Have you never ran across those people?
I mean, you can run across anything on Twitter.
But I'm not trying to make it seem like I have insecurities. I'm not trying to make it seem like I don't.
All right, name one.
Are we trying to get that deep on this? I don't know.
Of course we are.
I don't know. I might keep those to myself.
Oh, MG. What does it matter if you keep them to yourself? No matter what anybody says about them, they're never going to get through your armor. So you're
That's not true. I
indestructible.
mean, no. See, you're taking things and running with them.
That's what you're saying. You're saying if somebody says something to you about your insecurities, you're not going to be bothered by it because you know that they want you to be bothered by it. So
I
you're just
might
not
be
going to be
bothered, but I'm
bothered.
not going to show that I am bothered. They're two different things. How about you, sir? Which one of your insecurities?
I mean, I'm very insecure about the fact that I'm not in shape anymore because I know what I'm capable of in terms of being in shape due to the fact that
You've been an athlete your whole life.
I was an athlete my whole life. And like, I just remember my peak, you know? So it's a little bit, that's a little bit annoying. And, I guess I'm a little insecure about that. Like, I don't even want to play basketball right now because I just feel like I'm going to embarrass myself because I never play anymore.
Nah, I feel you. There's sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to do this right now because I just feel like I'm just going to
be
embarrass
ass.
myself. Yeah. But I have some insecurities about my body and my looks. Emily thinks I have body dysmorphia.
What do you mean? Why does she think that?
Because I'm always complaining about my body and whatnot. She's just like, yeah, there's something wrong with you.
I think that she's probably right.
I mean, she might be.
Do you still have all your muscles from college, unlike the rest of us?
Nah, I'm like doughy. I mean, we can go. Yeah, I'm like doughy. All the sugar and whatnot is going to my what the love handles.
Oh, we all got those, buddy. That's part of adulting. It
Exactly.
comes with the adulting
Exactly.
package. One day when your body knows you're adulting, they just appear on the sides.
And back to that, like you remember that one comment I made? It's like you're always trying to get back to your previous body, even though when you were in that state, you didn't like the previous body. So she thinks I have body dysmorphia.
She's probably right.
I mean, she might be. She usually is, right? So has there ever been a time when somebody said something to you and you didn't give it a reaction, but deep down it hit you and you felt it hit something? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, so that would be like hiding something, not hiding it, but just not showing emotion to it.
Yeah, I guess I do that. I
I feel like everybody does that, just like everybody has insecurities. We're all the same. So do you have any like maybe insecurities in regards to work?
For the most part, no, but I think like sometimes I am insecure. Not insecure. I actually don't know if this is an insecurity or not. You tell me. I have to like try really hard at work to control my facial expressions because I don't do that very well, like on a regular day-to-day life. And sometimes people take my expressions, like my friends, when I'm talking to them, they like think that I'm thinking these crazy thoughts because of the expression on my face, but really it's just I'm just listening to them. So I am insecure about that because my friends, they'll call me out on it. And then,
You think it might be like reflecting negatively on you in work or something like that?
well, like when they tell me, when they're like, why are you looking like that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they like tell me, that I like feel bad because I'm like, no, that's not what I was thinking. Like I wasn't trying to make you think that. I was
Do you think that
just
could be
like,
like a culture thing too?
what do you
Because I
mean?
feel like like if you give a reaction, say if something happened at work and you give a reaction that you think is normal, but other people at work might think that it's aggressive, like the angry black woman or something like that. Do you?
No, that's definitely a thing at work. Like, actually, it's so funny because my coworker and I, who's also a black female, we were just talking today about how she saw this thing on Twitter, and it was like how black women are like perceived as always being angry or having an attitude, so we have to work extra hard during the day to
To
like
not,
be super
yeah,
friendly and smiley.
those are
Yeah,
facts though.
that's a real thing that people go through, and I think that any black woman in the workplace, in a predominantly white workplace, goes through that.
Not only the women though, the men as well.
Yeah. However, like this is something different. Like I really can't I have no poker face. I really don't ever know what my facial expression is doing. It doesn't always connect with what's in my mind, or maybe it does and I just don't know. And it's kind of insecurity because okay, this is a perfect example. This is a work story. So, someone at work, she's a higher up. She's like got a big team. She was walking towards my desk to come over to talk to somebody that sits nearby who reports to her. And she was looking at me, but she was talking to somebody like over behind her. Like, when you're walking away, like saying your last few words or whatever.
Yeah.
So she was walking away from somebody saying her last few words, but she was walking directly towards me and looking me dead straight in my eyes. And in my head, I was thinking, like, I don't know what she's saying or if she's talking to me. Like, I was really confused. And then she literally stops dead in her tracks and she's like, she looks at me and she's like, Asia, why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? I'm not crazy. I was like, what? And she was like, you're looking at me like I'm crazy. And I was like, you're looking at me, talking, walking towards my desk. Like, are you talking to
I'm
me?
trying
And
to
she was like,
understand
oh
you.
no, I was talking to so and so. And I was like, but she was like, the way she reacted, she felt like attacked. Like she was like, why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? I'm not crazy. But I was not trying to look at her like she was crazy. I was so genuinely confused in my mind as to what was happening.
You're just trying to process everything.
So I'm like, I wonder what my face looked like because obviously I couldn't see myself making that face. So this is a very long-winded answer to what I was trying to say, which is I'm insecure about my facial expression.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a thing though, because people pick up on those and they might start acting differently around you just because of the facial expressions you're making when they're talking.
Well, yeah. And then I have this other friend who was like, she was telling me something, and I guess I was just looking at her with a blank stare, like looking through her, but I was listening, but I was just not making any smile, or I just was sitting there. And she was like, it's really annoying when you just sit there and stare while I'm talking. It really makes me feel like you don't really give a fuck about what I'm saying. I was
Wait,
like,
this was a friend or a coworker?
a friend.
Oh, I was about to say.
No, this is a friend. Oh, if that was a coworker, me and my coworkers really need to have a sit down because obviously they feel some type of way. No, but that my friend said that, and I was like, "Really? I was just listening to you. What do you mean?" And she's like, "Well, you're just looking at me like with this face, like I'm some idiot." Like,
Actually, no, you do that sometimes. You were like staring at you like, yo, why she look at me like that?
and then that makes me feel so bad because I'm like, I'm not trying to make you feel that way. Like I'm really just sitting here listening. This is my listening
Do
face.
people think you're a mean girl?
Yes, I am
So
the
you have like the
queen,
RBF. You have the RBF pretty much.
pretty much. And like, I guess whatever I'm thinking in my head is like multiplied times 100, and that's what's on my face. Like, because everyone makes it seem like my facial expression is so dramatic, but in my head it was just like a little thing, you know? It's like clearly an insecurity because I can't stop rambling on about it, looking for attention, right, Jared?
I mean, I guess so. Oh, so staying on the topic of work, are you like the type who would get insecure about their work if they don't get like positive reassurance from their boss or their manager?
I'm so afraid of like I'm just so driven to just like do my best work all the time. This is gonna sound so whack, but it's true. Like I really just always want to put my best foot forward. So I'm not insecure about it because I know for a fact I'm doing literally the best that I can.
Gotcha. So if you don't hear anything positive from your boss saying like, "Oh, good job," you're not like insecure about that.
No, I don't care. No, because I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and I know I'm doing a good job.
There's people out there who need like that positive reassurance all the time, and then if they don't get that, they start second guessing themselves, and I guess you could say it's an insecurity.
That was actually I read an article about that. I'm going to try to find it again. It was actually like they said it's like a millennial thing and how like in order to keep millennials happy in the workplace. I think we talked about this earlier in one of the first couple episodes, but like in order to keep millennials happy in the workplace, you have to like constantly give them reassurance.
You gotta stroke their ego.
Yeah, because they're like so insecure and they just need you to be like, please, like, give me more praise,
Yeah.
basically.
No, I definitely feel like I know a couple people like that. But even, I mean, I think I'm more of a person who's like, no news is good news. So like, if you don't hear your manager, or well, at least for me, because my manager, he's in a different area, so he's actually not in the office with me. So he's in a different location. So if I don't hear him like or I don't see him micromanaging me, then I think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need him to tell me that, oh, I'm doing something good every single time. But
yeah,
a little
I agree
a
with
little
that.
reassurance here and there is definitely needed, and it's definitely appreciated.
Yeah, like if you do something big or if you come up with something or if like you're proactive about something or like a nod is always nice.
Have you ever ran into somebody who, I guess, they use their insecurities to, like, they're so insecure that they turn around and are so negative and mean to other individuals?
That's literally what happens all the time, I think. That happens to me at work all the time.
Yeah, that's like more prevalent than anything else, basically, right?
Yeah. This Forbes article though says this is funny because do you think that millennials okay, well, it's like an article about keeping millennials happy in the workplace and it's all about like feeding into our insecurities. Like it says like avoid calling them millennials. The negativity surrounding the word millennial makes them feel they'll be judged unfairly based on stereotypes rather than actual work. So it's like, don't use the M word. That's literally what this says. And then it says,
You think people are insecure about being a millennial, though?
no, I just think it's annoying when people give millennials a negative
Call you a
connotation.
millennial?
Yeah. But then this says,
yeah.
like, put them at ease, like, make sure they have a buddy the first week of training or as long as possible. And then it says, recognize their big accomplishments. Millennials come from a world where things they do are graded and everything is public.
I mean, that is true.
From school to social media, they're used to having direct measurements of their successes and failures. Mimic this behavior at work by having a place to publicly display employee achievement. Do you guys have that? Like employee of the quarter? Because we do.
No, not necessarily. Like my company's large, so like on my department, we have like quarterly, like we call them town halls. We have quarterly town halls. So yeah, they might call out some individuals who like did something good that quarter or something like that. But in the office as a whole, no, not really.
Wait, do you have work insecurities?
I guess so. I guess so. I mean, it's nothing really major, but I'm always wondering if like I can do more, or I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's an insecurity, but it's just like always wondering if I'm doing everything I need to do in the eyes of the higher ups.
Right.
And then like sometimes I get that reassurance. A good amount of times I get that reassurance. Other times I might not. So when I don't, I'm like second guessing it. You know what I mean?
Do you have any insecurities about anything with adulting? Like, I'm insecure about things that I haven't done yet. Like, I haven't had any kids yet. Don't know how I'm going to do with that. A little insecure about it.
I mean, I feel like with parenting, so like us growing up, I thought like parents knew everything. But as you get older, you just realize that they don't know they didn't know what they were doing. A good amount of them.
Yeah, sure.
You're just thrown in there and you just have to learn. So I don't think that's anything to be insecure about, because you're gonna learn with experience. As you get older, as you have a kid, you're gonna learn things. As your friends have kids, you're gonna learn things from them. I don't think that's something you should be insecure about, you or anybody listening or anybody in general, because you're just gonna keep learning from that. Now, if you have kids and you might be, if you think you're a bad parent and you're insecure about that, like that might be something different. I might be, so in regards to adulting, I'm not handy at all, so I'm kind of insecure about that. Like I could do certain things here and there, but
that's a really relatable one, probably.
I'm not as handy as I would like to be.
That's a good one.
And that's just because like growing up the way I grew up, like there's no handyman around.
Yeah.
Or no man that was super handy. So where was I going to learn that from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I got YouTube, so you can learn anything on YouTube. Learn how to change a toilet seat. You could probably learn how to redo a whole bathroom or remodel the whole kitchen off YouTube.
Yo, I used to work in foster care, and I had this family that I worked with who they were like the foster parents, and they literally tiled their entire bathroom, and like they basically renoed their bathroom, the two of them, the husband and the wife, off YouTube videos.
So what was the final product? Good?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, like I knew they did it off YouTube videos, so I looked very, very closely with my eyes to see if all the lines were straight and stuff. And there were little things here and there, but if you didn't, like if you just walked in, it was like they did a very good job. Like who am I to talk? I wouldn't even know where to start. So
but that's like a learning experience. So like I said, as you grow older, as you move into places where you might need to do something like that, you might bring people in to do it at first, and then you see what they're doing, and then you learn from it.
Yeah,
and then you're able to do that.
I'm not really insecure about it, and like I don't know if Terrence is insecure about it, because
I mean I'm not insecure about it, but
no, I get what you're saying, but I don't even feel like there was a point in my life where I was like, I should probably be more handy, or like I was like, but like honestly, I'd rather just fucking pay someone to do it because I'm too lazy anyways.
The ease of it, right?
Yeah, like
just pay somebody and
pay
get it done.
you to do it correctly, please. Well, the first time, because if I do it, even if I do it and I learn something, something's gonna have to be done twice. I'm no expert.
So that's gonna be money you spent already, and then you're gonna spend more money to get it fixed.
Just do it, and I can sit down and watch you while you're doing it and not exert any energies. That's terrible.
No, but that's facts though. But yeah, I don't know if it's an insecurity, but I wonder like, wow, there's people who out there who are super handy. They know how to do all this crazy stuff, and I know how to do your basic things, but
well, yeah, like my uncle is so handy. Like they haven't hired anybody. I mean, you name it, he's done it. Like my aunt probably saves so much money on handyman shit
because he just does it.
Yeah, and when he's here, like he came over for Christmas, and our washing machine has been broken for like weeks, and he just fixed it. It took him like 10 minutes, and we all just stared at it being broken for like 3 weeks.
Yo, and then like no lie, like so you bring that up, like even if you're in like a relationship, and say if you're say if you need to fix something but you can't fix it, or because you're not handy enough to fix it, and then your spouse or your partner is just looking at you kind of crazy, like what, you can't do that?
Yeah, but like your spouse or partner should know if you're like a handyman or not. Like,
Okay, so here's an example. Obviously, you've been with Terrence for a long time, but so hold on. So going back to what you were saying, there's certain situations that you might not have been in with him, so you wouldn't know that. For example, do you know if he could change a tire?
I know he probably can change a tire.
Okay, so you don't know for a fact.
I haven't seen him do it, but I know he's done it.
Okay, well that's different. So there's other people in relationships who might not know that their partner has done that. So say if you're just riding the street and your tire pops and he doesn't know how to change a tire, you're gonna look at him kind of crazy, no?
Is changing a tire like the basis for being somebody handy? Is that like the baseline? Because I feel like that's a hard thing.
Nah, changing the tire, it's not hard, but
It's like not
I think
like
every man should know how to change a tire.
just men. You don't think every person should know how to change a tire?
Well, no, every person should know how to change a tire. But if you see a woman on the side of the road struggling to change a tire, I think there should be a man who will pull over and help her out. Just like I don't think this might sound kind of bad. Like growing up, I was always like, I don't think. Oh, do not take this negative. Don't take this the wrong way, please. I don't think women should be out mowing the lawn. I think a man should.
I don't
do
necessarily disagree with that, but not because of.
It sounds, but like the way I put it, it sounds kind of bad, right? Like, oh, a woman shouldn't do this, but I just think
you're not saying they can't do it. You're just saying that you don't want your wife out there mowing the lawn. That's your personal preference.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yes. And like if I'm in a car with her, I don't want her pumping the gas. I'm gonna get out and pump the gas, even if I'm not driving or even if it's her car. I'm gonna get out and pump the gas because I don't think that if there's a man in the car, then a woman should get out and pump the gas.
That one I can't get on board with.
What? So if Terrence is in the car with you, you're gonna get out and pump the gas. He's not gonna pump it for you.
He does sometimes, and sometimes I get out. Because this is really why. When Terrence gets out to pump the gas, Terrence can't just pump gas. Terrence has to clean all the trash out of the car, collect all his things, do all this other stuff in the car, wipe down, do the fucking windshield shit with the water.
So you don't want him. You don't want him wasting the time.
And obviously I appreciate when he does that, but sometimes I just need to get the gas and keep it moving.
So he can't just get the gas and go.
He has to, because I can be a little disheveled during the week. What I mean by that is Monday through Friday, things accumulate in my car. And then usually on Saturday and Sunday, I refresh it out. So if it's a Saturday and everything has accumulated Monday through Friday, and by that I mean trash, things, clothes, sneakers, whatever, he feels the need to take out all the trash, Like, yeah, he can't like help himself.
I still think that he should get out and pump the gas. Mind you, I'm from Jersey where
you can't
I didn't know
gas.
how to. Yeah, they pump the gas for you, so I didn't even know how to pump gas.
I love that about New Jersey. That is my favorite thing about this.
Yeah, I came up here my first time. I was like, I don't know how to pump gas. What?
That's crazy.
I'm just sitting there struggling. Like, yo, there's people who pump. Like, it's illegal to pump your own gas in Jersey.
Oh my god, this is a tangent. But
yeah, this whole I think this whole episode is just going on tangents. We had we're going off script. This is not what we talked about in pre-production, but hey, that's what happens.
But gas pumping and tire changing are totally adulting things. So it's
facts.
Fine.
Okay, so we're speaking about relationships. How do you feel about like insecurities in a relationship?
I think that if you are insecure in your relationship, you need to work on something in your relationship. I think you should feel most secure.
In your relationship, yes.
Yeah.
But just because you feel most secure there doesn't mean that there's not some insecurity still there, even if they're small or even if they're large, right?
I mean, yeah, you have your good days and bad days.
So say there's one person who's insecure in the relationship. Do you think it's the other partner's responsibility to make them feel better about that insecurity?
I don't
Or
think
does it
it's their
depend on what it is?
responsibility, but if they're nice enough, they probably would do it naturally. But I don't think it's like, I don't know.
Man, come on, take Susie and take Bobby. Say if Bobby is constantly complaining about an insecurity of theirs in the relationship, you don't think it's wait, I forgot who I said. Susie or Bob. You're not thinking it's the other you're not thinking it was Susie or Bobby's responsibility to make them feel better about that? No?
If Susie has the backbone to stroke Bobby's insecurities on a daily basis, then it sounds like they're a match made for each other. I couldn't do it. I personally can't do it.
Yeah, I mean not every day. So I guess is jealousy an insecurity?
Jealousy is fueled by, I think not feeling secure in your relationship. I think they just kind of go hand in hand. You become jealous because you're insecure. It would be like if Terrence or Emily were jealous because we do a podcast, which neither of them could give less of a fuck, but like but like if they did, then you'd be like you would think like the other you like I would be like, is he insecure? Like it's just Jared on a podcast.
Okay, so in regards to the podcast, we spend a lot of time together. Is that an insecurity that you're jealous that there's somebody else spending a lot of time with your significant other? Is that an insecurity, or is that just? I don't really see that as an insecurity.
It's an I do. If you're like, I think.
What do you? So what are you insecure about?
I guess you would. I don't know. I'm not. I'm going off rip here, but I guess you're insecure about whatever's going on when the person is not with you. So, but like, if that's the case, you have bigger issues in the relationship.
Oh yeah, there's something. Yeah, I think there's something
like a bigger.
Yeah, there's a bigger issue.
It's not about that specific instance. Like there maybe was like a history or like something that caused you to feel insecure about it.
So what if the significant other was spending more time with like a coworker? Is that different?
More time than with me?
No. Well, you still spend the time. Like I said, we spend a lot of time together, but we're still spending more time with our significant others.
Yeah.
But say if your significant other was spending a lot of time with a coworker, obviously not more than what you two are spending the time with, but just spending a lot of time together.
Like outside of work?
Both. Obviously, you don't know what's happening inside of work, but say it's like trickling outside of work too.
Unless I have other means to think differently, I don't know. You're entering dangerous waters here.
Hey, I'm just asking the question.
You're creeping into the danger zone. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I guess the point is, what's the point? What is the point of this episode?
My point is that everybody has insecurities. You shouldn't throw that out there and try to make somebody feel bad and call them insecure because they have an insecurity when you in return have an insecurity. That just sounds hypocritical to me. Cause I see people say that all the time, like in relationships, like, oh, I couldn't be with that person. They were insecure, or you're insecure. Like, okay, everybody has insecurities and everybody is insecure in some shape or way.
And the point I'm trying to make today is everybody.
I don't think we made our points at all.
Everybody has insecurities. I agree with you. But what you're describing is somebody who's always openly expressing those insecurities. If you feel the need to openly express your insecurities, just do it with somebody who you know is going to be receptive to your conversation. Not everybody is equipped to, help you through that.
Basically what I'm saying is accept your insecurities, work on them, make yourself better. It's okay if you have insecurities. We all do. You shouldn't feel bad about them.
Okay. Who's our millennial making move, Jared?
Our millennial making move this week is Blair C. She's the owner, operator, and creative force behind Document My Day Production.
Yes, Document My Day Production. So Blair is always exploring ways to express herself through vocal, visual, and literary art. As she navigates through her craft, her goal is that others are emotionally moved, challenged to think critically, and ushered to host meaningful conversations that result in positive change. Above all, her wish is that her artistic expressions cause you to appraise the worth you have placed on yourself and set the value of your time, talents, and attention even higher.
So outside of everything else that she does, such as photography, videography, and more, She also organizes an outreach program that benefits our youth and women facing unfortunate circumstances of homelessness. Everybody, make sure you go follow her on Instagram. It's at Document My Day. Just go out there, support her, hit her up, see how you can get involved and join her movement. It's definitely dope what she's doing.
Yeah, she's great. Blair is actually Document My Day, and Blair is actually going to be the videographer for our wedding. So that's very exciting.
Oh, that's lit.
She's amazing. You can also follow Blair directly on IG at Bleezo, BLEEE, 4 E's, ZO. And you can also email documentmyday@gmail.com if you want to hear more information about the services that she offers. But she's super dope.
Where's she located?
She's located in Pittsburgh. But she has done work. We met in DC, her and I, and so she's all over the place. But every year she does like a like purse drive for homeless women. And so like she collects a bunch of purses with like stuff that they need in them and hands them out. And that's just one example of cool shit she does. So go follow her, go support her. Blair C at Document My Day.
Yeah, definitely dope people.
And don't forget about Friday, January 17th. We're having a party. It's going to be lit. We're almost out of tickets. And we're at this point, when you hear this, we're going to be 5 days away. So if you haven't done that yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. donewithadulting.eventbrite.com.
Yeah, the link's in our bio. It's on our personal pages. If you need it, you can't find it, just hit one of us up.
We can send it to you.
We'll send you the link. It's gonna be a fun time.
It's gonna be a great time. So we're looking forward to seeing you there.
I'll be very insecure about ourselves if we don't get this super popping. So make sure you guys are out there.
We can't wait to see you on Friday, January 17th. If you like this episode and this podcast, please rate us on the Apple Podcasts app. Well, Jared, next time I see you in the flesh, will it be at the party?
I'll probably see you before then.
Yeah, we should probably get together before then.
I'm in charge of the playlist, so you already know it's about to be litty like a titty.
All right, y'all. See you on Friday.